What y'all doing? Now, before we get into the video and all the things that we have to talk about, I want to show you something, okay? Now, many of you know that I have a long list of husbands that you're not allowed to touch. You're not even allowed to speak to them, not on my watch, like Inyama said. But I just wanted to let you know that Chris Evans, one of the many husbands on my list, like I said, is talented. He's able to, I didn't realize this, he's able to play the piano, and it's cool. You might be like, okay, if he's your husband, why don't you know that he can play the piano? It's because we want to take our time getting to know each other. You see what I'm saying? And he just does cute little things to me and shows me wonderful things as a surprise as our relationship develops. So here he is playing the piano. That was something just to relax your mind while all the craziness is going on. That's just really cute. I understand you may want him to play as well for you. Don't think that that is a possibility, especially not when he's spending all his time with me. Now, I just want to make sure that you're going over to patreon.com/AdrianExpression. I just put up a really cool article up there, and it just talks about how a lot of people will watch you in pain and watch you be abused or watch you be mistreated and not say a goddamn thing. But then when it's time for you to react to that abuse or react to that mistreatment, then all of a sudden, you know, everybody come out the woodwork and they got something to say. Oh my God, you being disrespectful. So yeah, check that out. Also put up a podcast episode entitled, Where's Your Integrity? We talked about many things like changing or ending relationships. We talked about polygamy versus monogamy. We also talked about how to be there for someone. Maybe it's a family member, maybe it is a significant other, anyone who is experiencing depression or mourning. So yeah, that was a really cool episode. Check it out, patreon.com/AdrianExpression. And obviously it is Thanksgiving. All I want for you all to be doing is to be safe. Be as safe as possible. Sit your ass down. That's what I'm doing. If you don't see me on YouTube this week, I'm sitting my ass down, okay? It's Thanksgiving, or as I like to call it, nigga giving. You stuff your face, do what you got to do. But like I said, Miss Rona is around here, so you need to be safe. I don't want to see these numbers like triple by the time mid-December comes, even though I think at this point that shit is inevitable. Whatever, just please protect yourselves. Okay, so let's talk about these Grammys. And it's very difficult to talk about these Grammys, at least for me, because I'm like, on one side, I know what it does for people's careers, and I know what it does it's nice to be recognized. It's nice to be talked about for the art that you create. I know that that is uplifting when you get that shit, when you get the nomination, when you get the award. For example, I know that Chloe and Halle were nominated for a bunch of awards. I know that Beyonce was nominated. I think she's the most nominated artist. A lot of them came from Black Parade, which I did not expect, especially with the way that the Grammys is set up. But that, you know, that's something else that happened. And also Megan Thee Stallion was nominated, I think, for 4 awards. One of them included Best New Artist. I thought that shit was cool. Quite a few of the nominations also came from Savage. As you can see from this picture, this was her reaction when she saw it. When she saw that she was, or when they told her that she was being nominated. Chica also, and the reason I included this is because she literally just on Twitter put up her reaction to her getting this nomination. Who?
You're joking.
Who? Look, yeah. So it's like, on one hand, it's like, damn, I'm happy for all these artists who are getting their work acknowledged. They've been working hard, especially like Megan and Chica, like all those girls, they've been working hard to get the recognition that I feel they deserve. But on the other hand, there is this weird, twisted side to the Grammys. And this is why I always say, like, we have to be, especially as Black creatives, I think we have to be very focused on trying to build things for ourselves. Start them from the ground up, start recognition platforms from the ground up, and make them valuable. The way we make them valuable is by speaking about them like they're valuable. These platforms that we built ourselves, by giving weight to the award and not talking down on it, or whatever platform, like literally whatever it is. And I think that celebrities, especially rich, super rich ones who are very established in the music industry, have the power to create these kind of platforms that I'm talking about. And the reason why I say that is because every year we come around to these conversations about how the Grammys are so political, and I don't disagree. Like, we have these conversations about how the Grammys, they really don't know how to recognize whether it's like women's art, black women's art, black people's art in general, they don't even know how to interpret all that shit. And then you see it reflected in who they nominate, the types of categories, the names of certain categories. We see all that shit happening. So that's why, as much as I talk about the Grammys and as much as we're just like, oh my God, you know, it's not that serious if you do or don't have a Grammy, like we still talk about this shit every single year it comes around. So I'm wondering what it will take for all of us, or the community in general, especially like black creatives, black musicians, to come together to invest in another platform or other platforms that are more able, more efficient to give out recognition when it's deserved, or more able to understand our kind of art, more culturally aware of things, instead of having to force motherfuckers every day. You gotta put up a hashtag, or you know what I mean? Even if you're talking about the Oscars, every day you gotta come up here talking about, oh well, you know, what about X, Y, and Z? I feel like this person got snubbed. What if we just built platforms where we wouldn't have to do that shit every fucking year? You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, like I said, it's so difficult to talk about it. At the same time, I recognize what it means for artists. Like, yeah, but she put up a tweet saying, you know, I'm really grateful for the recognition. So at the same time, I understand it. It's just weird. So for example, Nicki brought up yesterday, she was like, you know, I had so many songs charting at one point in time on the Billboard. Multiple songs charting on Billboard, and the girls did not give me one goddamn award. And I've said it before, I think that Nicki should have been had a Grammy like years and years ago. And then there are also reports, I don't know how true this is because, you know, TMZ, you don't really, you know, but there were reports saying that The Weeknd, The Weeknd had to choose between performing at the Super Bowl or his Grammy nominations. He also put this tweet up saying like, girl, that, you know, I'm planning on this big ass performance and you're not even gonna give me a nomination. So it's almost like you don't want me to come. People talking about Brandy being snubbed. People talking about JoJo. So yeah, I feel like every single time these nominations come out, every single time we have a conversation about the Grammys, it's always bittersweet. It's never just a celebration. It's always like, damn, but y'all always drop the ball in some way. You know, Tiana Taylor, I just tweeted about this yesterday, I think. Tiana Taylor was up there talking about, okay, y'all talking about R&B, but this is what y'all are serving us. Ain't no woman in the category of best R&B album for this fucking year. And it's like, are you serious? Women, especially black women R&B artists, like they carry that genre this whole entire year. Are you gonna really sit here and say that none of the women who released work this year deserve a nod? Like that shit is crazy to me. So yeah, like I said before, that's why I will always push for us to recognize each other, to look across, you know, and see who's really doing the damn thing, and always make it a priority to encourage them, to encourage these artists, especially during this pandemic and gigs are lost and shit. Like, always make it a priority to encourage these artists. But also, I think we really need to invest in other platforms or build other platforms that can give out recognition and awards as well. I don't know what that looks like. We need to contact these rich ass motherfuckers who got, you know, connections and resources. But I think that this is something so easy that can be built. You see what I'm saying? So, but then we also have to recognize that there are a lot of people, there are some people in the black community, there are some people who really just want to profit off of these smaller artists, who just want to just, you know, rake in the coin and leave them out for dead, you know? So I think as we build these platforms, we have to steer clear of those kind of people who have definitely proved that that's all they're about. So yeah, that's kind of where I am. And while we're having all these intricate conversations, here comes fucking Justin Bieber, like going on Instagram talking about, oh my God, you know, I made an R&B album. I guess he talking about changes. I set out to make an R&B album. Didn't you hear the hip hop drums in the back? Didn't you hear the boom, 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 boom? Didn't you hear the 808? Doom, 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 doom. Didn't you hear that shit? Doesn't that count as R&B? Don't I make an R&B album? It's like, it's so crazy for me. Like, he is beyond rich, beyond successful for reasons that we can debate. And like, you know, the fact that first of all, your team is the one who submitted your work as pop. Maybe Scooter, whoever the fuck is in charge of your shit, saw that you wanted to submit for R&B, and this is exactly what they said. This is exactly what your team said when you wanted to submit for R&B.
Oh, that's good for you, baby.
They were like, that's cute for you, girl, but we know exactly where this belongs, and that's it. Like, it's crazy to me that other artists, especially like black artists, are making R&B albums, not getting the fucking recognition that they're supposed to be getting. Meanwhile, this motherfucker is out here like, oh my God, I make pop, but I want to be in R&B too. Don't you see the big chains that I wear and the oversized clothes and the baggy jeans and shit? What about my nigga music? Shouldn't it be in R&B as well? It's so crazy that other artists, you know, are struggling out here trying to get their work heard, and meanwhile, it's just like, man, I want my appropriation award. It's just like, shut the fuck up, Justin. Like, goddamn. In the pop category, Justin, you gonna be one less lonely nigga. Like, it is what it is. You gonna be one. That's where you belong. That's your stage. You gonna be one less lonely nigga. Like, just stay there, get what you got, get your awards. And meanwhile, these other people who are in actual R&B, it's crazy. Like I said on Twitter, I'm like, a black artist could make a rock EDM album, and you bitches are gonna put that shit in R&B. But these other girls, they can make pop, they can make, you know, bubblegum pop, and as long as it has a cute ass 808 in the back or a sub kick behind the bass drum, them bitches are gonna put you in the R&B category. It's like, damn, niggas got to fight to get their own work recognized as it should be. Meanwhile, y'all just want free reign over everything. And it's so weird. I think about what Tinashe said about genres and shit. It is a full conversation being had about this thing, and Justin's like, oh my God, I got pop and I'm gonna win some shit because I'm Justin Bieber, but can't I be in R&B? It's like, ma'am, take that up with your management who submitted your shit as pop. Like, the artist and their team submit the shit to their Grammys. What are you talking about, Justin Bieber? We can't help you. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about Miss Grammys. I feel like I've been making this point for some time now. But let me know if you agree with what I'm saying, or if you understand what I'm trying to say. It's like, it's such a weird thing to talk about these huge organizations, especially like the ones that give out awards, because it's like, on one hand, I want my bitches to do well, like my girls, Megan, the rest of these girls to do well. I want them, even the ones who are constantly overlooked, I want them to be recognized, but at the same time, it's like, damn, we gotta build our own shit. And I'm gonna keep saying it until I see it. And I'm not talking about some shit that we half own, or, you know, somebody above us, you know, big organization telling us what we can and can't do. Like, I'm talking about some shit that we own. And I don't know how long or how difficult that would be to, you know, create. I don't know the exact logistics that would be involved with that shit, but I do think it's possible. But yeah, that's it. I think I'm done running my mouth. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure that you have a good and safe Thanksgiving. Miss Rona is not out here playing, okay? I love you all so much, and make sure that you have a good goddamn day.
But you know it's all inside me.